Hello there, welcome back to Sequel-A-Thon 4. I'm Scotty, you're not. AC's on because it is hot. Uh, so, and this time we are talking about Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Movie I bought for the last Sequel-A-Thon but didn't do. Did this time. I said I had to do it this time, and it fits because I did My Girl 2, which was a sequel to a movie I watched as a kid, and this was a sequel to a movie I watched as a kid. As I said in my review for the second one, I don't think I watched that one as much as I did the first one. And I think I only saw this one once. I rented it when it came out. That said. The story is that in year 2001, now, Mick and his wife are living a happy life in Australia with their son, Mikey, or Mick Jr., Mikey, when a journalist friend of Sue's dies. She is asked to fill in, by her father, to fill in as a replacement for him, and this leads to them stumbling onto a mystery of sorts. So, heard banging. So yes, Paul Hogan is back as Mick Dundee. They're no longer allowed to kill crocodiles, so he just wrestles them for fun. We're introduced to Jacko, who is Mick's friend, who is the replacement for Walter, who is Mick's friend and mentor. The actor died in 1989, so he's not in this movie. I was like, where is he? And I looked him up. He's not there. But you have Jacko, who's sort of like his best friend and stuff. Yeah. Sue gets a call from her dad to take over this one guy's job, like I said. And so she starts to, so they decide to go to Los Angeles for a short amount of time. The one thing I want to say is that we've done this in every single movie. We go to a new location. He does some weird things. At least, like, what I do like is he does sort of, like, call out, like, he's walking with Jacko down the street, and these guys try to mug them in a car, and he goes, I'm always getting mugged. I must look rich. Which is a nod to the other movies where he does keep getting mugged. That's not a knife. That's a knife. I do like it though. There's like, so the whole thing here is that Sue's investigating this story that this journalist guy was doing about this film that is going on at Paramount Studios. Gee, I wonder what studio this movie is from. Paramount Studios. There's a movie going on. It's called Lethal Agent 3. Despite the fact that the second one was not profitable at all, they're releasing this one direct to video. I think it's a nod to the fact that Crocodile Dundee didn't do very good, and all these years they're doing this one. People are very confused as to why they would do a third film when that one didn't do very well. And the reason why they're doing this is so convoluted. So, Mick does a studio tour with Mikey and ends up getting a chance to do what's it called? Not dailies. When you go in, it's like bit parts. Background actor, be a background actor in scenes and stuff. And during one of these, he helps with a chimpanzee, and so he becomes a new animal trainer. While there, he is talking to a guy who's in charge of these paintings. The guy says they are just duplicates, but they came from the former Yugoslavia. So, Yugoslavia, is this the Yugoslavia? the head of the studio, or the head of the project, is this guy, an actor I've seen in quite a few things, but he was in an ABC sitcom back in the day that aired concurrently with Home Improvement, I think. I don't think it lasted long, but I've seen this guy before, you know. But you can tell there's something with him. And he's also working with Mike from Breaking Bad. He's back. He followed us from the last movie, and he is now here. Younger and a little more chubby. But as him, he's him. He traveled back in time from Horrible Bosses 2 and ended up here. I guess My Girl 2 was the last movie I did, but you know what I mean. Yes, I'm like, wait a minute, is that him again? And he's Yugoslavian. And, okay. So, the plot that these bad guys are doing is they have these real paintings that they're going to burn or destroy during the scene they're filming where they destroy this place. They say that they're fake ones, but they're real, and they're going to do that for the insurance money. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but then something that he's talking about is like making them disappear. They burn, they're gone, they disappear, and then I don't know. And later, the newscaster lady is conflicted. It's conflicting when she says that they're worth $300 million total, and then later calls them priceless paintings. How can they be $3 million total and be priceless? How does that work? I don't know. And so Mick and Sue go to this art guy to try to get proof that they're real, and he's like, and then here's the thing, they're like, can you bring me there? He's like, nah, I don't think I can do that. Couldn't get you in there, but I could bring one to you though. Wait. You think it's easier to sneak in, grab a painting, and bring it all the way to this guy's office? Wouldn't you think it'd be easier to sneak the guy in there? Right? Who wrote this? There's other things, such as, like, there's other scenes in here. Like, there's a scene on the highway that doesn't go anywhere. They're driving. Mikey thinks they see a cat, so Mick causes a big, like, traffic jam, so he can go see what it is. And some people think that it's a bomb. So the cops and everything show up. I'm like, what are we doing? Why? This is not funny. What are we doing? And it turns out it's a skunk. That's the punchline. It doesn't even spray anyone or get anyone sprayed. I thought there was a gag. Maybe that was the second one or something. No? I thought there was a gag where they were both in. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't this. Or was that? I'm thinking. Old Dogs. I don't know. But it doesn't really go anywhere, and he tries to hide it from Sue, and she already knew about it. Yeah. There's also a plot about how Mick and Sue, despite having a son together, are not married because Mick is a little shy when it comes to committing to a relationship. Didn't I just talk about this in the last movie I did? It's the same plot line. By the end of the film, he proposes to her and they get married. Yeah. It comes down to what else is there? She's sneaking around. There's the extra stuff. There's stuff with Mikey at his school, which are not going to be that long. They said they'd be for like 2 weeks. Why does he have to go to school for only 2 weeks? But like the teacher's hitting on Mick, and then she thinks he's gay, but no. And then Jacko shows up, and she likes Jacko, and she ends up with Jacko. So, I don't know. There's a gag that probably wouldn't work today, where Mick and Jacko try to go to a strip club, but it turns out it's a male strip club. Don't again, that was the one at the door. They call them gay homosexuals. You could call them one or the other, and I'm call them both. That's not a joke that would work. This is 2001, so it was, I don't know. And if you, this is one that's extremely family friendly compared to the other. I think this is PG. The other two were PG-13. Yeah. So it's more family friendly than the other two. There's not much swearing. The worst you get is bloody. I thought I said the F-bomb. I'm like, did he say it? No, he said bloody. There's not much that. And again, that also has to do with when it was released. The first two were in the 80s. You can have a little risque. And those were PG-13, I think. This one is PG, and it's 2001. It was a little more family friendly. So you kind of think about that before you watch it. It's not the same Crocodile Dundee from before. And I think that's why I didn't particularly care for it the first time I watched it. I was like, it's whatever. But it's fine for family friendly fun. I think it'll work. The ending is kind of funny. They have the wedding, and then Mick teases that there's a conversation that Mick has with Mikey where, he's in the States, he has to be called Mikey Charlton by his mom's last name because they're not married. I think it has something to do with what his legal name is in the U.S. and what it is in Australia, I guess. I think maybe what it is, he was born in the U.S. under the last name Charlton for some reason. But my ex and I aren't married, and he has both of our names, but still. Child's supposed to get the dad's name, period. He was supposed to. He kind of did. We got both. Anyway. Yeah, so the end, he teases that he's not going to be Crocodile Hunter anymore. But by fourth wall, he looks at us and he says this. He goes, I'm now Mick Dundee, Private Eye. And he was like, nah. Puts the hat on, and then Sue throws the bouquet, and a crocodile catches it. And then Mick and Jacko look at each other and go to take out the jackets just as you hear, I come from the land down under. And the credits roll. Means they're going to have to go wrestle a croc. No killing. I do like the kid too. There's a giant rat in the classroom, so he knocks unconscious and like, is it dead? He goes, nah. My dad says you don't kill it, you're gonna eat it. And they're like, yeah. I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It's better than I originally thought it was, but it doesn't stand up to the first two. I think it'll go in order. Number one is the first one, and the second one, and the third one. Apparently, Paramount wanted to do more, but it was Paul Hogan himself who kept shooting him down. He's like, nah, I ain't doing that. No. Interestingly, though, he did sort of do another one. It's called the something Crocodile Dundee or Mick Dundee or something like that, where he's playing a fictionalized version of himself, and he's going to be knighted by the Queen, and everything bad you can think could happen to someone starts to happen, and he gets bad publicity. And I read the whole thing. It's like interesting. I did see it at Walmart once, but I didn't grab it. I probably should have. Maybe it's something I can do for future review. I can find it, whatever. But I don't know. I almost feel like I have to do it to complete this. I know it's not technically a Crocodile Dundee, but I feel like I need to. You know what I mean? But yeah, so just a little correction from last time. So as I mentioned, Kingsman, I realized I need to do that, so I'm doing that. along with Agent Cody Banks 2. I'm gonna say Cody Rhodes. I'm not doing Hellboy 2. And so that's what I've done in this one. And then I have the super special secret one that's going to be the last review to end this out. So, but yeah, so thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.